Trump officials struggle to justify him pressing Ukraine to investigate Hunter Biden while his own children do business around the world.
Here's a summary of the article.
Donald Trump allies are scrambling to justify reports he pressured Ukraine to investigate Hunter Biden, but are seemingly struggling to see the irony of his children doing business around the world. On Sunday, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin was grilled by CNN's Jake Tapper over a call where Trump reportedly asked Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to look into Hunter Biden 8 times. What I do find inappropriate is the fact that Vice President Biden at the time's son did very significant business dealings in Ukraine. Tapper: well, I don't understand. So it's okay for Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump to do business all over the world, it's okay for Ivanka Trump to have copyrights approved all over the world while President Trump is president and while Vice President Joe Biden his son shouldn't be able to do business dealings. What I was saying between Biden and his son's relationship with the Ukraine oligarch and potential business dealings that the Trump Organization has had which predated his presidency. Appearing on ABC's The Week, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said if Biden was protecting his son's business interests in Ukraine then U.S. needs to get to the bottom of that. 2012 presidential nominee Mitt Romney broke rank from his Republican Party colleagues on Sunday to say it would be troubling in the extreme if allegations that Trump asked Zelensky to probe Hunter Biden were true.
This post received a score of 42,438, with an upvote ratio of 83%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Jake Tapper of CNN pressing Mnuchin on this was hilarious and sad at the same time. Mnuchin had no answer of Tapper's questions. He kept trying to deflect. Opening square bracket.
This shit is enraging. Hey, you just said Biden's son shouldn't have done that. Why is it okay that Trump's son are doing the same exact thing? Well, I don't want to get into it. How that guy can talk with so many Trump dicks in his mouth is amazing.
Why the fuck don't they just keep hammering with the same question? This evasive bullshit doesn't work anywhere in the world except in politics and on media outlets. If I get pulled over and they ask me questions, I can't just start talking about the deep state to get out of it. It drives me up a wall that they just say, okay, we'll just move on to the next question. Dutch reporters can do it, why can't American reporters? Make him answer the question or terminate the interview. This is so pathetic. Also, fuck CNN.
If you keep pressing they'll keep evading. There was an interview where interviewer asked Scott Morrison same question 7 times and he repeated the same answer 7 times before saying something like, as a journalist you're free to word your question and as a politician I'm allowed to word my answers. In the end, interviewer said we will let viewers make their own decision. Fact is politicians will always dodge hard questions.
If other countries' reporters can do it, ours can too. It's complacency. This isn't the way things work, it's what we've grown accustomed to. The difference in Morrison's case is that the reporter is not elected and does not get paid with public funds. Same with American politicians. That's such a terrible excuse. I agree with you though, as sad as it is.
Complacency allowed Kellyanne and Hope to disregard, ignore subpoenas with no consequences, that and the fact that they're very wealthy. If you're wealthy in America.
If I ignored a subpoena, the FBI would be knocking down my door planting child porn on my computer.
Really? The level of irony here is amazing. Mister, I won't let anyone look at any of my business records because it is none of their business. Fake news anyway wants a foreign entity to investigate his political opponent for corruption. I am amazed everyone didn't laugh in his face, including his supporters. You see, his corruption is fine because that is winning and just the way business works, and it is the fault of the Democrats for not stopping him.
They're not winning. They haven't personally gained anything from his presidency except a constant headache having to find ways to spin or defend his obvious bullshit and embarrassments every day. That's not winning. There's also a sunk cost aspect. After Bush was universally denounced and the popularity of Obama around the world, they have to pretend that everything Trump does is great just to save face and give the appearance that they're even competing. Americans treat politics like a sports game, and like any sports game, when one team is losing the league but get this one major win, they celebrate with a frantic fever and big it up. They know full well he's a human skid mark and has turned out to be a wet flannel politically, but in the context of Bush, then Obama and now Trump, they have no choice but to defend everything he does in an attempt to force an illusion of equalization. In fairness to them, what other choice do they have? Admit their team is garbage and join the other team? Of course not. That just doesn't happen in American sports culture, which is what their politics has become.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.